Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness every night. All right, let's meditate on some verses from Psalms 91, the promises of protection. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. All right, so you call upon the Lord, and he will be there for you while you're in trouble. He'll deliver you. He's going to honor you now. Isn't that interesting? He's going to honor you, and then he's going to show you his life in his salvation. So he's going to show you how to live after he is there for you and he helps you. You're going to be able to live a good life in Christ. Let's read the daily word pamphlet. Let's see what we have for today. All right. Friday, November the 29th. Be devoted to Christ. This is from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. Be diligent in these matters. Give yourself wholly to them, so that everyone may see your progress. One day a friend of Chuck Swindoll stopped by his study to speak the truth in love to him. The man said, "I don't think you'll fall morally or ethically." Hold on, y'all. I'm reading because one of my eyes still messed up, so let me start over. One day, a friend of Chuck Swindoll stopped by his study to speak the truth in love to him. The man said, "I don't think you'll fail morally or ethically. What does worry me is that you could be tempted to let your time with God and your time in the study of the scriptures become less and less important to you. I want to urge you, do not let that happen." Swindoll took his words to heart and wrote down these 5 promises to himself. If you're serious about being devoted to Christ, you need to make these same promises to yourself also. Number 1, I promise to keep doing original and hard work in my study. Those to whom I am called deserve my best efforts. Number 2, I promise to maintain a heart for God. That means I will pray frequently and fervently and stay devoted to him and to my calling. Number 3, I promise to maintain accountable. Living the life of a religious Lone Ranger is not only unbiblical, but it's dangerous. Number 4, I promise to stay faithful to my family. My wife deserves my time, affection, and undivided attention. Our now grown children deserve the same. Number 5, I promise to be who I am. Just me. To keep laughing and saying things a little off the wall. To be a friend and make a few mistakes each month. On that second promise, being devoted to Christ doesn't make you weird, judgmental, antisocial, or isolated from the world. No, it makes you the best version of yourself you can be, and the only one God wants you to be. So be devoted to Christ. Those are some awesome rules. I love the one about staying true to yourself and being, keeping your original work of who, when you first started out, devoting yourself to Christ. And the thing about that is sometimes we get caught up, God has given us a mission, and we get caught up in our witness for God or sometimes our journey with God, and then we kind of lose our originality because sometimes we'll kind of get off the beaten path. We're focusing and we're trying, and we do have that true calling on our life, but we get off the beaten path for different ways. But that's okay, because that's what God does. He'll get you back on path, and that's what I liked about this. I think it was number 2 or 3. Stay true for yourself. Stay true to your true calling. Don't try to become something you're not in a whole different arena. And I think you'll find, at least for me, whenever I try to get off the beaten path and do something different, God brings me right back in, whether if I'm in there in my kitchen cooking and making a video or whatever I'm doing, God will just put that word right back on my heart supernaturally. It's like I can't get away from it. I'll try to say, okay, well, I'm going to try a new setup, make my videos look more like I'm in a studio and blah, blah, blah. And every time I try, I'm telling you, it does not work. I end up being in my same spot doing my videos or in my kitchen, and it'll just come out, at the end of my video, or it's just supernatural from God. And so stay original and stay true to yourself, the way God gives you your ministry. And hey, hang in there. Now it's the day after Thanksgiving and it's very early. I done already been in the kitchen. I was gonna make a mukbang to go with the Bible study or right after the Bible study. I didn't even make it that far, y'all. I jumped up and ran in that kitchen, and I already had some dressing, some turkey, and some ham. And I'm already wanting to go back in there and eat some pigtails and ham hocks and greens. You know how, for me, I do mine in sections. Like, first I'll eat one thing of food. Then I'll already be thinking about the next set, something different. But first of all, I want to just tell God that I'm very, very grateful to even be able to have food and sustenance for my body and for my family also. And another thing, always remember to share. Share out what you have, because on Thanksgiving and holidays, we all cook a lot of food. I was watching YouTube, starting the day before Thanksgiving and just looking at people's recipes and things like that. And that's why I was, asking in one of my videos, I said, well, what do they do with this other food that they showing us how to make a fried turkey, a Cajun turkey, whatever kind of turkey? And I'm like, you're already cooking these, but then you got another video, you making another kind of, turkey. And I'm like, where does this food go? The pre-Thanksgiving food, when people are showing you how to make different recipes. And I say, well, maybe people are sharing it out, because if you got 3 different turkeys that you've shown us how to make, or all kind of different cakes and pies, and like even for the food that I made for our household, that was just like my portion, because like all of my family, we come together. And if I say there are some great cooks in my family, even like our children, everybody in the family is creative in their own different ways. And I'm gonna actually tell the truth, I'm the only one that can't cook. So like my recipes and stuff I be showing you, that's my little bootleg stuff that I really just learned how to cook over the last really about 3-4 years. Because before that, I always went down, me and my family, to my mom's home, and my mom, the best cook in the world, and my sisters and all that. And now I still try to do like something for our family here, so that we have our Thanksgiving. And then, if we're going to go visit friends or go down home with my mom out of town. And all of us do that now. My other sisters, they do it too. They're actually having another Thanksgiving today, which is crazy, because we do the traditional stuff like our ham, our turkey, our greens, mac and cheese, sweet potato pie, potato salad, all of our like down home favorites that we love. Then what my sister them do, the day after Thanksgiving, which is today, they will be having another Thanksgiving dinner where they do like all of these gourmet things. Like they all come up with different dishes that, you walk in and you're just wondering, what is that? What is that? They come up with, it's just unique. But I'm like, woo, that's a lot of food though, because you're already being ate, the day of Thanksgiving, and then you turn around and have a whole nother dinner. But the one thing I will say about my sister too, whenever they, make the meal extravaganzas, as I call them, she's a caterer. And so she goes into the community and she distributes, because they'll make like, a lot of food, big pans of it. So they'll go out and take different places food, that they'll make, if they made like 2 or 3 pans of whatever they made, they'll take, half of that and donate it first off before they even have their dinner. I've seen my sister take like whole dinners, like, the whole back of the car, the whole back of the truck just filled up. And I'm thinking she's going to cater, an event. No, I'm just taking this to sister so and so from the church, or I'm taking this to sister so and so, or my friend so and so. Now, if I tell you, I'd be like, dang, I said, I thought you was going to cater an event, girl. You got this food, and this much of it, and like I said, some good old stuff, because she can really cook, her and her daughters or whatever. And she's like, nope, we were just sitting there making the food, so I just thought I'd take them some too. And she'll have big pans. I call them industrial pans. The big old foil pan that you get from the dollar store. It's about 16 inches long. She'll have about 10 or 15 of them lined up with some of, like I said, the best foods. And then she'll go drop them off, and then they'll come back and have the spread. But woo, you see, I can talk about food all day. But my purpose of saying that was, first of all, be thankful that you have food, and take and help others, serve others, share with others, senior citizens, people that can't get out, your friends, your neighbors, in your neighborhood where you are, just wherever you can go, to help anybody else, with food, help them. Okay, now, I think that's all I wanted to cover today. I wanted to get on here and, of course, do this word. Be devoted to Christ. That's the main point. And be thankful. Be grateful. Yeah, I know we coming up on the Christ season. Literally in a couple of days here. And the year has gone by very fast. And there's been a lot of events going on. All over the world. Just a whole bunch of stuff done happened. So stay focused. Like my mom always says, be ready, get ready, stay ready. Stay focused and elevate. And what I mean by elevate, go ahead and elevate whatever you need to elevate in your life. Getting better with your relationship with Christ, being more of a steward for Christ, devoting more time for Christ. Make it all about Christ, which that's who it's about anyways, and strive to be more pleasing. Like for me, of course, I have a whole lot to work on, but I done just surrendered it all to God. And I take it day by day. And I'm going to tell y'all, be careful, because the enemy is real sneaky right now. I had to say this. I had actually made a video, and I was talking about the enemy. And this is crazy. Let me just go on and tell the truth. Okay, so I had been having some alcoholic beverages, and I don't know, I just felt weird, like some stuff was going on that wasn't supposed to be going on, in the air, as I would say. And y'all, I made a video, but I didn't remember making a video. And what I mean by that, I made several videos in 1 hour. And then I was going back in, editing some, checking them out. And I came across this one, and I was just fixing to delete it because it was a short video. Real short video. And so I said, what is this? And y'all, it was the weirdest thing. I had made a video, and I was just saying, be careful of the enemy. He's trying to come, steal, and devour. He's very sneaky. And I was saying, God, don't let him win. Don't let him win. He's sneaking, coming in all different forms and fashions. And it came across my heart right now, my spirit, to think on it again right now. And it was just weird. Like I said, when I made that video, and I was like, oh my God. And I had been feeling that for a few days anyways. And I was like, the enemy is trying to sneak in and be sneaky. He coming in all different forms. He's coming as, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, friend girls, friend guys. He coming in all kind of sneaky forms and fashion, because that's what he does. He's the enemy. So when he's trying to sneak in and undermine you, you'll be doing good in your life, or, the best that you can. And you'll be elevating yourself in your walk with the Lord. And when you least expect it, he will sneak in there in a different form, or take the form of something or somebody that you're close to or want to get close to. And he'll use that to get next to you. But guess what? You pray that prayer and ask God to give you a spirit of discernment. And if I tell you I prayed that on some stuff, and lo and behold, it was just exposed pretty much immediately. And then it was weird, and then it was kind of scary too, because the way it came, and when I saw it, I was like, Wow, unbelievable. I said, how did that sneak in there on me like that and almost get me? I mean, it was just like, whoa, that was a good one there. Because sometimes you can see the enemy coming. You can just see his techniques and tactics. And you're like, oh, I already know who you are. Get out my face. I already know you mean no good for me. But then I had one sneak in here on me, and I said, oh, Lord. Keep that shield and that breastplate on me and keep me covered and protected, because this one snuck in on me and almost got me. And almost got me good too. So I was like, So what I've been doing, I pray every day, all day. Pray over my family members. And pray over my community. Everything, my city. Matter of fact, we just had a fire here in Dallas, Texas last night. And y'all, this is a true story, and I am in no way trying to be funny. We were laying in here, we had, had our food and stuff, and we were just waiting on everybody else to get in off of traveling on the road, because where we live, out of town, where my mom rather lived, it's deer season, so the deers be running. So if you drive early in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, the deers are running to daylight because the hunters are out there shooting. And then if you come back late in the evening, like around, almost nighttime, the deers are running again because the deer hunters back out there. So you got to be real careful driving in that area during that whole drive, because the deers are running and jumping over cars, and just, that's all you see driving up and down the road, just deer running literally. I mean, so you like, woo, Lord, let us make it safely. So I was laying there last night, and we were waiting on, the rest of our family members to get in from different other cities, because everybody was, coming back in last night. And I was like, okay, well, Lord, help, so-and-so finished getting on off the road and stuff. And I'm laying here about maybe 6:30 or 7. All of a sudden, I was like, now, who out here barbecuing this late at night? I said, oh, well, maybe somebody done put some meat on the pit. I said, okay. I said, golly, I said, they having a late dinner. 6:30 eating Thanksgiving dinner is late. I'm used to, eating 11, 12, 1 o'clock. B-back then had about 3 or 4 more plates about 6:30. So it was about 6:30 last night, Thanksgiving night. And I was like, wow, somebody, I said, they probably pulling the rest of their meat off their pit. Because you know how you be done smoked your turkey and smoked you whatever. And then you know how sometimes people will just open their pits up and let their pit, finish drying out or whatever. I'm just laying here like, okay. Come to find out, y'all, it was a fire. A whole building, whole structure burnt down. I mean, literally a few feet away. And I'm like, what the heck? It was about, well, actually, they said on the news this morning that it was 80 fire trucks, 80 firefighters. And I know I saw about 50 to 100 trucks, because when I went outside, me and my daughter were out there. I was like, what is going on? And I was like, is this some kind of police standoff? And I was like, no, this is nothing but fire trucks, ambulances, and electrical. I said, something going on. So I was like, I need to find out, because we can't be laying up in this house and something happening over here, and we don't even know that we're supposed to get up out of here. And I was like, man, I thought somebody was still barbecuing or pulling the last of their meat off of a pit or something, because the odor was so strong. And come to find out, they had the whole neighborhood closed off with at least, like I said, 50, 60 trucks, but it was 80 firefighters that came to fight that fire over here. And so they showed this one guy on news this morning, and he was like, yes, I went to a relative's house to have dinner. He said, and I came back and I didn't have no home. And he was just standing out there looking, and I said, see, we don't know. That's why we got to stay prayed up, because he over there celebrating Thanksgiving with his family, and then come back, whole building burned down. And that was also a blessing in disguise, too, that he went and had dinner with his other family members, because he could have been up there in that fire. That's why I'm saying right now, you got to stay close to God. Be careful. Be cautious. Be ready, get ready, stay ready. And all day just be praying. I don't care where you are. If you at work, if you at school, riding in your car, whatever you doing, just be saying, Lord, don't let the enemy have me. Keep me close. And then try not to get caught up in stuff that's non-trivial. Let me tell y'all a little old secret I learned as a young girl. There was 3 of us girls and 1 boy. And I used to be wondering why my mom didn't have a lot of lady friends. Because, when we were at school, we wanted everybody to be our friend. We in second and third grade. You my friend? You my best friend? You my friend? I mean, that's all we wanted. How many friends? That's all we did back, there in the day. We were just kids. We didn't know no better. And so finally, on pre-teenage years, me and my sisters used to be kind of wondering, well, why come my mom don't have a whole lot of friend ladies that like come sit in the house and have tea and coffee and, go shopping with? And one thing my mom finally told us one day, because my mom's a very spiritual person. She's a woman of God. And she's like, I've just learned just to let the Lord be my friend. And when she said that, I was like, okay, yeah, we understand that, but why come you ain't got no lady friends? And she finally just kind of made it crystal clear one day. She was like, you'll find out. And once I went off to college, and Lord have mercy, it was a whole different story. People that were trying to be friends, and we all came from different cities and states, and we were in college, and all kind of different ethnicities and personalities clashing together. And if I tell you, I said, I see what my mom meant about be careful, just let God be your friend. And that doesn't mean that you can't have no friends literally, but let the Lord be your friend and let him show you who you want to be a friend in your life. Friends at work, friends in your community, friends at your church, everywhere, male or, female. And just be careful. I don't want to say letting people in your circle. Be careful. Don't try not to get caught up in stuff that will take you. I'm trying to choose my words carefully. Be careful and don't get caught up in some stuff that it starts off as something simple, maybe trying to have a friendship, and then it turns into some other crazy stuff, and then it ends up to where people are against each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Life is not worth it. We're out here to love. Let's not tear each other down. Let's be for each other as women, as men, as people of God. There's a lot of young people that watch YouTube. A lot of young people that watch YouTube. And we have to be careful, when we're out here, like on a platform and stuff. And none of us are perfect. But let's not bully. That's what I'm trying to lead up to. I'm trying not to say it, but I just got to put it on out here. Let's not bully on YouTube. Let's not bully anywhere, because that bullying, like I've seen some bullying going on, that bullying people turns into like negative situations, because bullying these days, people do crazy stuff. Like I said, back in the day growing up, my version of bullying, we would have us a good old street fight or go cut some tires. Yeah, I done said that, but hey, statute of limitations ran out. But no, seriously, back in the day, that was our thing. Just worried about somebody beating you up in a street fight, 2 or 3 people meeting you down the street to beat you up, or at school, or, something like that. But now people shoot people, stab folks, they come to kill you and stuff. So be careful, especially on YouTube, because I see so much bullying, and then I see bullying with our ladies. I hate seeing that. I do not like seeing bullying with ladies, because I feel like we as women, we already are strong women. We should be for each other, not against each other. And sometimes it may not start out as bullying. It may be a misunderstanding or something went wrong, on whatever level. But try to settle it, not on a platform like YouTube, because that bullying stuff, and then it encourages other people to bully. Like when I go in there and watch comments on videos, because there's so many different personalities on YouTube and so many different types of channels, and I like to go in there and check them all out, because everybody got something different and something good. And I just don't like, even when I be reading in the comments and I'm just seeing people bullying people, and if one person says something negative about that person, just say something simple. Okay, like right now, it's the early morning after Thanksgiving. I ain't got no makeup on. My face all broke out. Wig ain't been brushed out. So what? I'm chilling. Hey, one person to get in the comment, and this is an example, and say, oh, I hate your hair today, or oh, your teeth look messed up without your lipstick, or oh, you looking rough today. One person will say something like that in a comment, and all of a sudden the next comments will be like, yeah, and by the way, you jacked up anyway. Yeah, and by the way, why you? It just it encourages bullying. And then I've noticed something on the other hand, if somebody get on there and give somebody a compliment, like on their video, and that's what I always do. I find the best in everybody because there's so much good stuff. I find if you get on there and that person, it may be cooking a meal, or they may be putting on some makeup, or trying on some wigs, or whatever they doing, because I look at all kind of different stuff. Anything to do with cooking, I'm in. Decorating, I'm in. Hair, wigs, makeup, my ministries type stuff. And I've noticed that if people get on there and say something kind, then the other people follow up too. And I love that because, like I said, first of all, we are children of Christ, and men and women, boys and girls of Christ. So let's encourage each other and lift each other up, because I like to live a fun life, a happy life. We all got time to be depressed and go through things. That's just going to be life. That's just the way life is. But I love it when we can get on here and see the differences in each other, but we can also celebrate those differences and then just show love. Find something good about that person. If you're watching their video, hey, I like what you said. Oh, that was good that you cooked. Oh, that looks delicious. Whatever, those good feelings when you first watching their videos and you like it, go ahead and speak something positive into the air, because then it will catch hold, and then you won't have all the negative stuff that wants to run rampant on YouTube, because that negativity stuff, that ain't no good. It be entertaining now, because I ain't gonna lie, I almost got caught up going back and forth on some channels, just watching it myself, because I was like, what? Then I was like, woo, now let me go over here and see what this one said. Woo, let me go over here and check this out. I think one day I was up in here like I was like in the audience or something. Then I said, come on now, you can do better than that. And I was like, no, you know better, Debbie. Don't be up in here watching no videos that, you're seeing people fighting, basically. Not fist fighting, but fighting like back and forth on their channels, mad and threatening each other. And that's another thing too. Y'all don't be threatening. That stuff is dangerous. And I'm going to tell you, it be police officers and law enforcement and people that monitor YouTube and all kind of stuff, the FBI, because they be looking for like terrorists and all kind of stuff like that. Be careful. Don't be threatening people on YouTube, because the law enforcement people, FBI and all of that, they take that stuff seriously. I'm telling you, it's just like if a child is at school and then they make a prank call because they don't want to go to school and say, I'm going to blow up the school. Guess what? The SWAT team, I promise you, the SWAT team shows up. And we had a kid here in Dallas, Texas, sweetest little boy. He didn't want to go to school because he was being bullied. And so what he did was he made a call from his little old cell phone and said that he was going to blow up the school. And SWAT came to his house. And when they showed the family on TV, y'all, it was a little old sweet kid. He was very, very small for his age. And he had been being bullied, and he told them, he said, I called because I didn't want to go to school. He said, but I like going to school. He said, but my parents weren't, they can't help me from the bullying because I've told them and told the principal. But he made a little bomb threat in the school. He had no intentions of bombing no school, but he just did the best thing he knew to get him out of school that day. And within an hour or so, because a SWAT team and stuff had traced down the cell phone, they was outside coming up in them people's house on them. And that's a scary thing. And this was all because the little boy was being bullied and didn't want to go to school. He was scared to go to school. So he was like, well, I got to find something to do to close the school down today. So let's not try to threaten each other on YouTube or be threatening nobody nowhere, because that stuff turns into something that may pop off because people take that, seriously, because we living in different times, these days. And let's just focus on being kind to people, loving people, because it's some beautiful, sweet, wonderful people on YouTube. And let's just spread that abroad, that it's all about positivity and having fun loving each other, which is what Christ wants us to do, because then you get to see the good part of the person. Because I know that I'm the type of person, like when I was going through my depression type stuff and last year, and I was really into my drinking addiction, and I didn't have a job at the time, and I was just at home. I was trying to be positive, but then sometimes, I probably wasn't so positive, because I went back and looked at my videos, and I was trying to be positive, but then I was just depressing. All I wanted to talk about was my, what was going on and what wasn't going on. But then I was still trying to be upbeat too, and God did come through like he always does. But what I learned from that, and I went in there and erased those videos because I knew that I could do better, and I knew I wanted to be more uplifting, because that's what I like to watch. I don't like to watch anything sad. It makes me sad because I'm an emotional person. I can be seriously watching a movie or a commercial and see something sad or somebody else start crying, and I can't even control it. I start crying too. I've always been like that. It's just an emotional, person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like they say, I have a bad temper. Be crazy half the time, but I'm an emotional, caring person. That's just me. I can't help that. So when I see people fighting on YouTube, against each other, and then I'm seeing such sweet qualities in the people, I'm like, oh, y'all, let's don't do that. Let's don't fight. Let's don't fight. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I almost got caught up and left some bad comments. Matter of fact, a couple of times I think I did leave a couple of comments. I'm gonna tell the truth, I did. But then I went back and deleted them, and I was like, I was wrong for that. Forgive me. Because, you get caught up because you thinking one person right, one person wrong. And I'm like, that ain't the right thing to do. Let's not do that. Let's don't be cutting each other down and threatening or trying to harm each other, or, all of that. Let's lift each other up. Let's be powerful. Let's be prayerful. And let's be praising. How about that? All right. Ooh, I bet this is longest video I probably done made. I got long-winded this morning. Maybe that's a good thing. All right, you guys. Hey, be blessed. What was the subject again? Be devoted to Christ. Give him your life. Watch out for the dark one. And hey, get on out here and just get started now. Pretend like, it's your last day to live, or that you're already in, the year 2020. Go on and get started. Do what you need to do. Be a servant for Christ. Live for Christ. Enjoy your life. Be good. Be gracious. And be blessed. And like I always say, don't waste a second, a minute, or an hour of your day without first telling God that you love him. And your family too. Your friends, your co-workers, just everybody around you. If you out there in Walmart, Costco, Aldi, Kroger's, whatever grocery stores y'all got in whatever cities y'all living in. Hey, if you see somebody, say a kind word to them. Just be kind to people. Just be out there. Be thankful. Be grateful. And hey, once again, be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. And remember to share out that food now. All right. Be blessed. Love you guys.